What's up guys, it's K Limited. Today I have another video for you guys, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts and impressions on the news chapter of My Hero Academia, which is chapter 282. And like the recent chapters of My Hero Academia, this chapter was very action-packed. I mentioned this before, where I think we're getting to the climax of this arc, and this chapter is no different. Very action-packed, a lot of fighting, and yeah, let's just get right into it. Now, the way I like to start these, like usual, is just talking about the story progression. I think in terms of story progression, this chapter was pretty good. We kind of got what we were expecting based on the last chapter. I mentioned that I wanted to see what would happen with the Quirk Erasing Bullet, and we kind of saw this time. People thought it was going to hit Aizawa, and Shigaraki actually did get Aizawa, but Aizawa cut off his leg like right in the nick of time, so I'm pretty sure it did not affect him. And in terms of how it was handled, I was kind of confused reading it the first time through what happened, because I'm pretty sure we see Bakugo destroy it, like with his explosion, but then we see Shigaraki still throw it at Aizawa. So I'm assuming Shigaraki had two or something, probably one in each hand. And like when Ryukyu called out that Shigaraki had the Quirk Erasing Bullet, I think Bakugo just saw the one in his backhand, and that's when he blew up. And then Shigaraki used the actual one in his front hand and shot it at Aizawa. And right when he saw it hit Aizawa and it was his broken leg, I could already, you know, it was kind of obvious to me, like, oh, of course he's going to cut it off. There's no way he's not going to. If it was, like, his other leg, I don't think he would, because having one broken leg and the other leg cut off, he'd be legless. But, yeah, so he's officially, you know, a one-leg man now. So that's a pretty huge change for him. So I can't wait to see going forward, you know, how that affects him in his, you know, pro hero work. I'm not sure if he's going to be a hero. Then again, in this world, you know, they have good kind of Cybertronics. We've seen Destro, we've seen him with his amputee legs, where he was using it to fight Tokoyami. Man, I'm really blanking on her names right now. He was fighting Tokoyami, and we saw how they broke under the pressure of Tokoyami's dark shadow. So we can see maybe something for Aizawa in that same fashion, or maybe he just retires. We don't really know. But yeah, that was a pretty, you know, big change in terms of, you know, how he is going to fight or be a hero in the future. Other than the whole Quirk Erasing thing, it was pretty interesting in terms of seeing Deku going really hard on Shigaraki. Like right off the bat with the first page of the chapter, we see him being very pissed and then trying to pretty much subdue Shigaraki as best as he can, but Shigaraki did end up escaping after he shot Aizawa with the bullet, and he was very close to killing Aizawa. He jumped all the way to Aizawa and grabbed his face, but then he was saved by Todoroki, which was awesome to see. This is someone a lot of people have wanted to see more of in this arc, because he's just been kind of, you know, sidelined a bit, and since we kind of know that Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki are kind of the big three of the class, it's nice finally to see him back again in the action. So I can't wait to see what he's going to be doing in the future chapters, but seeing him be clutch for Aizawa and pretty much saving his life was awesome to see this chapter. Also with Todoroki, it was kind of nice for them to mention in the chapter when Shigaraki first kind of tracked where Deku and Bakugo were kind of earlier in this arc. He did notice that there was a third point or a third person following behind them. There were theories that was either Todoroki or Uraraka. I completely forgot about that plot point, so him mentioning that, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing that happened. But I remember at the time when it did happen and people were theorizing who it was, I was pretty much on team Todoroki. It just made more sense for him. While it could have been Uraraka, I don't really see her as someone who would be too helpful in this situation. I know she has like the quirk that would actually help, but like in terms of like, you know, the amount of character development characters have and who would make sense to be here, I think Todoroki makes a lot more sense, and especially because it looks like that Dabi's coming over to this fight right now, and you know, the whole reveal that Dabi is probably Toya, which is Todoroki's brother. Everyone knows that if that was going to happen, you need Endeavor and Todoroki to be there, and now that they both are here, it's looking more and more likely that the reveal is going to be happening sometime this arc, so I cannot wait for that, and it just seems more likely by the chapter. Other than that, the last thing to mention is how Gigantomachia is just completely, you know, like off the rails now, and he is coming straight to Shigaraki. It was pretty insane near the end of the chapter, them kind of watching that news video of saying that people need to evacuate cities, and the news reporter just like rattles off 20 cities that need to be evacuated, which, you know, is you know, a huge deal. I was gonna expect him to be like, you know, get out of city A, B, and C, but he kept going through so many cities, and you just kind of see the reactions of Uraraka and Ida being like, what the hell's going on? And then at the end you see that it's Gigantomachia who's destroying all of them. So yeah, this is becoming a bigger and bigger deal, and is definitely I think the biggest deal we've seen in the series so far, because you know we've had incidents which are kind of in a city, and even when they've been within a city, it's been like within a part of a city. But we've already seen Shigaraki destroy pretty much an entire city, or like most of a city, and now we're seeing Gigantomachia literally clearing through about 20 cities. So we'll see what the aftermath is going to be after this arc, but I feel like it's going to be a big shift in how the series tone is going to be after this arc. And yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts on the chapter. I overall very much enjoyed this chapter. I really like the action of it, but you know, with all manga, the more action there's in a chapter, the quicker it goes. But then I really enjoyed how they took care of everything, especially the quick releasing bullet, where they still shot it with Aizawa, but realistically he was still able to cut his leg, because I think he just has the drive and fortitude to do that. And I really like everything going on with Bakugo destroying the other bulleted scene with Todoroki coming and saving Aizawa. I just liked a lot of this chapter. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.